All right, first drive, not for me, first drive with me and you in the Evo. So I'm not sure what you can see with this chest GoPro on. We'll see how it goes. I'm hoping we can see try this out. I bought this for my mountain bike. I'll try this out for the first time. Doing a third GoPro, we'll see how it goes. So the Evo currently has 2,121 miles on it. This is an 05. Make sure the door closed. All right, let's go out for a little spin together. It's a little hot boy, but I kind of dig it. So, 2005 Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 8. So this is a MyVac car, so a non-variable valve timing car. Let's turn some AC on. But 2-liter single turbo, and I bought it with 1,947 miles. We had to change all the fluids. We changed the timing belt, and then started modifying it. So I did which one was it? The STM tubular exhaust manifold into the Tomei O2 bung, into a Tomei downpipe, and then right now I have a M8P Performance high flow cat into the Tomei rear section. I have the JDM rear bumper on the car now. I got that painted by my friend Jose, so he painted that, and that's on the car. I ordered a Evo 9 bumper, but still haven't gotten it yet. I need to wait for it to get up to temp here. Also did, let's see, STM oil catch can. So it's a transmission mounted catch can. I did, what else did I do? The STM intake, and because I have maintained, I didn't go speed density, I maintained the MAF sensor, just easier, it's probably better suited for me. And then I have the factory turbo for now, so the car is set up, pretty stock, like just with bolt-ons. So we have intake, exhaust. I put the lowered seat rails on it. I have spacers in the front and rear. I think I have 15 millimeter spacers. I put new Pilot Sport 4S's. We changed the ACD fluid, the trans fluid, the diff fluid, the engine oil. Did a Sheepy Race CSF thin radiator, and so the car is now where we got. Other than the seat rail in the interior, it's stock. If you can see on my chest GoPro mount, I think you might be able to, the 3 lights are on. We bled the darn ACD pump, got a special bleeder from someplace in the Evolution M or something like that out of the UK. And the 3 lights are still on. So maybe some of you Evo guys can, Evo oracles can tell me what sensor, what tools. I need to get a scan tool, so that I can figure out what that's all about. Maybe it's a sensor. We bled it 45 times. Oh, also upgraded rotors, stainless lines, Project Mu street pads. So this car's freaking set up. I bedded the brakes. I haven't put the suspension on it yet, but the suspension's sitting in my studio. So I tried, this is my 3rd exhaust, but I think what's 5th or 6th iteration. And it sounds okay. It's just too much, too much exhaust. It's a little droney. If I was 20 years younger, maybe I would probably like this exhaust, but it's not the right exhaust for me for this car. Oh, I did a QSJ, I believe. I forget what the version of the tile blow off. Oh yeah, I forgot intercooler. So we did the bigger intercooler with the Cusco brace, and then short route intercooler piping. Let's see, what did I do? I forget which. I think I did STM piping, and then we set up the ran a little custom short radiator tube or hose, and then short backflow connection. I'm not a turbo guy and never have been, and so it took me a while to figure out how this freaking thing works. We also did the little baby battery, so that way we can do the short route stuff. But the brakes are pretty freaking fantastic. PS4S has made a big difference on the car too. So right now I have the stock wheels on it, but I did get a set of Wed Sports. But I gotta order some tires today. Car feels pretty quick. So I'm gonna do a FP Green turbo, I think, and then I'm gonna have Chris Carby tune it. And I'm guessing the car will make high threes, maybe close to 400 wheel horsepower with all the bolt-on crap that I've got. Oh, we got our WRX buddy. That's what I was gonna get instead of this. I'm sure my gas mileage isn't so great because I keep just rolling in. It's the one cool thing I think about a turbo is that sound, that blow-off sound, that kind of lag into a little bit of torque. It's a good thing. So I'm really liking the car. I like the seating position. I'm 6'2". I have over a fist, probably 5 inches of headroom. And I feel like my seating position is nice. The steering wheel position's good. I love these seats. I mean, these seats fit me perfectly. I'm in the 220s, 228.1 this morning. So that's the first time I've been in the 220s since 2015, which is a freaking remarkable thing. I'm so excited. I've been working really hard at it. Got my supplementation plan set up. Still haven't got my cold plunge yet. So I'm waiting on that. The car is fun. I wonder if with the ACD 3 lights being on, I wonder if that's creating any kind of problems with my all-wheel drive system. I'm not sure. But the car seems to be doing okay. So, 2,000 mile Evo, it's like I get to relive 2005. The thing is basically brand new. Make sure this is plugged in. Let's give you a little windows down whooshing. So, the car sounds okay with this exhaust. I have a Fujitsubo that I'm going to put on it. It's funny, it's weird going back to a 2-liter where it matters if the AC's on or not. Do a little all-wheel drive, pull through the turn. I'm just not a huge fan of that ricer sound that you get. it's just a little too loud with the straight exhaust, no resonator on it. You guys running a test pipe with a Tomei, you're freaking nuts. I like the tubular header sound, so I'm cool with that. But this exhaust is just not great for me. I can't help it. I just roll into the throttle. One of the things that really drives me nuts, because I haven't been able to drive a lot, so I have to ride with other people, and most people don't know how to manage throttle. They're on and off the throttle. They steer too much. Like, most people steer a lot, and they don't even know they're doing it, and then they're on and off throttle. So I don't know. I've trained myself, taught myself how to stay straight and just constant throttle. You can really tell on an electric car, like the Rivian, people are bouncing around on the throttle, because when you let go the throttle or the accelerator on the electric vehicle, then regenerative braking kicks in, so you can really notice it. But I really do like this car. You know, I'm generally not a turbo. I'm not an all-wheel drive kind of guy. I prefer naturally aspirated, rear-wheel drive. I will say this though, I'm glad that I didn't get one of these. So it was down to the 11th hour in 2001, 2002 for me. I was gonna sell my Civic Si and get either an S2000 or an Evo. And I'm glad I didn't, because you gotta have a serious budget for an Evo if you want to start getting into messing with it. So I paid 76 grand for this car because I bought the best example on the frickin' planet, and I spent, I don't know how much I spent, probably 20 grand on all the parts and crap that I bought for it. And is there like a retiree convention going on here? Why is there so much traffic? See, that's just too much. It's just too loud. So the windows back up, because all you can hear is wind noise. So the car, I have Olin's Road and Track coming for it. Or no, I have the Road and Track for it. And I also have, that's the other thing I have on the car, which I think probably made a decent difference. I didn't drive the car before I put it on, but I have the white line front and rear sway bars. So that, I feel like that's helped quite a bit with body roll. Combine that with the tires. I upsized the tires 10 millimeters, and the Olin's is going to transform the car. I just wanted to wait on that until I've been really working on my ability to be able to drive. It seems like I'm good, but I'm on my safe roads here that I've deemed okay. But part of the reason I bought this thing is my quote-unquote beater. Remember, my plan was to buy like a 50,000 mile, $20,000 car, and then I was like, well, if I'm gonna do it, I would much rather have one that's super duper clean. We also dry ice cleaned this thing, and Scott painted the fender wells, and the freaking underside of this car looks better than any car, other than maybe my E92 M3. We did that to my E36 as well. But you can see there's if I go into fourth gear, which is the gear I should be in here, it's not super resonant drone, but it is annoying. It's droney. So in a perfect world, you wouldn't have that. And so I'm gonna put the Fujitsu bow on it. Shoot, I should stop by and grab it. Do these seats fold down? I'm not sure. it's hard to explain to you, especially you young guys. I would have scoffed at somebody saying, I'm not sure if the seats fold down. I have, 9 cars now? And remember, I'm a car YouTuber, so the cars are what kind of creates the content. And so when you change cars a lot, and when you have a decent amount of cars, like I don't have the same level of attention to the car that I did when I was younger and starting out. So I find that, one, that allows me to not obsess too much about it, and then 2, it means that I don't really dig into a car quite as much as I used to. Let's keep rolling here today. I think my batteries are good, so let's go around the block again here. Cars like this, the way the power band works, it doesn't inspire me to take the car to redline like a naturally aspirated, linear powered vehicle. I find myself shifting, and it's probably partly because of the torque as well. But and when we put a different turbo in this, a little more capable turbo, I'm sure it'll pull a little bit harder to redline. But I find it it doesn't make the right noises to me, and turbo cars tend to feel like they're gonna break, They do it, it does it, so there's 5K. So once the torque curve starts to drop off, then it just loses inspiration to me. I prefer that smooth power all the way to redline, even if it is less torquey. So I find myself short shifting this car a lot more than I do others that I own, just because of that. But it also makes it, probably a pretty darn decent daily driving car, assuming I can continue to work on making sure it feels stock-like. That's why I'm not interested in going big horsepower. I want this to be even though I'm not going to put a lot of miles on it, I want it to be your daily driver spec. I want it to be comfortable, but feel modern in that it has a reasonable amount of horsepower for power to weight ratio. The car now feels pretty good at whatever it is, 350, 300 something with the bolt-ons. But I think that if we can extract some horsepower out of it by tuning and putting a little bit a quick spooling, a little bit bigger turbo, I think that'll make it perfect. But I want the car. I'm not running E85. I'm not running around with a laptop. I don't want to be connecting my freaking scan tool to reset lights and stuff. I don't want to be doing that kind of stuff. I like exhaust noise, but this is not the right kind of noise. Like, my GT3s are always crazy loud, but it's the right kind of noise without the drone. I also find that my style of shifting is a little slow for this. I need to stay on throttle a little bit more, get into throttle a little bit quicker than I just did there. I guess maybe to keep the turbo and spool. So I feel like I need to shift faster than I normally would care to keep the car somewhat close to in boost. And I'm sure another turbo would help with that, but I'm just not a power shifting kind of guy. It's just not my style. But I find it was an easy car to get in and drive. All-wheel drive kind of makes up for a lot of mistakes. It's nice. It's cheap. It's a cheap car. What was this, a $30,000-ish car? But it's based on a $15,000 Lancer platform. But it's typical Japanese, inexpensive but high quality, not going to break stuff. The stereo's terrible, so I do need to do something. If I do keep this and drive this for a while, I'm going to need to do something with the stereo because it's so bad. yeah, I think I wanted to make this video today so that I could get the car on the lift and swap the exhaust. All right, let's do this a little better. See, I don't like the whole stay in the throttle a bit while you're shifting. I don't know how to explain that. You know what I'm talking about. Rev max downshift just seems normal, but when you're upshifting, I normally have the rhythm. You come clutch in, off throttle, you know, that kind of smooth. But with this, you need to be clutch in as the clutch comes out on throttle, roll into throttle a little quicker. I'm also not used to, you know, that whole all-wheel drive pull. You sort of yank yourself through the turn with the all-wheel drive. But man, this car, I can see why many of you guys run, you know, track these things. This thing is, you know, crazy capable for a 2005 $20,000 base car. That, man. Now this car would probably be close to 50 grand today if it were new. You know, if they were making this car still. But the brakes are fantastic. The Giro discs that I did, the Project Mu pads, not dusting a lot. I don't like aggressive pads. I like pads that don't make a crap ton of dust. I mean, we're moving and the car's going 70 miles an hour or whatever. The thing gets up and goes pretty nicely. Now, granted, it makes sense. I mean, what is this car? What's a quarter mile now with, say, 350 horsepower? I mean, it's probably, what, 13 something? Low 13s? I mean, the car is quick, even stock. Is it 13s? I might be making that up. Maybe it's low 14s. Maybe I'm in the high 13s. But, you know, the car like this, a turbo, doesn't really inspire me to rev it out. It inspires me to just kind of roll in and out of throttle and waste gas just to make noise. That's kind of what it inspires me to do. Yeah, I'm going to pick up the exhaust. We'll find out if the seats fold down here. The other mistake, we need to build some sort of little platform, because when you take the, I took the spare out and dropped 20-something pounds, but now it's all droopy in the trunk. We gotta build a little piece of, get a little piece of MDF or something until I put my subwoofer box in that hole. So anyway, that's first drive of the Evo. More to come. That's the Tomei exhaust. I'll be sure to make an exhaust video on the Fujitsubo, and then I'll probably end up with a Busher exhaust. I mean, that's what everybody sort of conventionally says you should get, so I'll probably end up with something like that. But yeah, thanks for watching. That's my Evo. It's funny when the AC is on, the steering wheel shakes and stuff. When I turn the AC off, everything's nice and smooth. But it's good. It's a good car. I'm digging it. I don't know that I'd say I'd love it to death, but for what I want it to do, it's pretty freaking sweet. We'll get the ACD lights addressed, we'll get the turbo done, the injectors done, get the tune set up, and we'll be in good shape. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.